Yeah. So in terms of the Yahoo Finance article, paid off $48,000 of student loan debt.
Hi everyone, this is Rufaro and welcome to my channel. Today I have a special guest. As you can see, I'm not alone. I have someone who has so much knowledge. He is doing a lot of incredible things. And I was like, I have to get this person on to really speak to you guys and to just pour. Um, so I have Nigel. We've been to the same like events and conferences, but we hadn't actually met in person. So you see, this is the power of connecting with people you might meet or meet in group chats at conferences because you can connect again. So Nigel, the floor is yours. If you can introduce yourself.
Absolutely. We appreciate you for having me on, the video. For the folks that don't know, my name again is Nigel Hammett, currently 23 years old, originally from Baltimore, Maryland, went to college at North Carolina A&T, learned, how to, invest and make some of my money work for me. And, now living here in Miami.
Yeah, I love it. So he went to the second best HBCU. I went to Southern, the Southern. But yeah. So I mean, hey, let's get into it. So Nigel, okay, so you went to you graduated last year, this year?
The end of 2018. So been like a year and a half so far.
Okay, okay. So could you go over like what you studied? Because there's like people like figuring out, okay, if getting into Forex, do I have to have a background in like finance or in maths? Like, yeah.
Yeah, so I actually studied industrial and systems engineering, but I learned very quickly that majors really don't matter. It's not about what you study, it's about what you can do. And I actually got a couple of finance jobs coming out of college strictly from my ability to trade. And they thought they could trip me up asking me stock market and market questions, and it's easy. So yeah, I did engineering for school, but I'm a heavy, investor and trader now.
So if we could talk about like Forex, right? Because that's what you're into, but then you also work. So like when did you like learn about Forex? When did you even start?
Yeah. I mean, so to give a little bit of background, I am from Baltimore, Maryland. And thankfully, I do have a lot of, entrepreneurs in the household that I grew up in. Even from my grandmother, when she was my age, she cleaned white people's houses as her business. That's the only job that she could get besides working the steel mill. And even my great grandmother, she was actually a numbers runner in Baltimore City. And for those that don't know what that means, back then to play the lottery, it was kind of like an illegal thing, and somebody had to take the numbers and collect it. And that started off in urban America, and then the United States went ahead and capitalized that. But so coming from those roots, and my mom being a financial advisor when I was younger, I've just been around a lot of entrepreneurs. My dad was a street vendor selling clothes, so my entire life I've been forming businesses and being around that. But I did have to take the next level and self-educate myself, which started around my junior year, around 19, 20 years old at A&T.
Okay, okay, yeah. I think key word there is you took the time to actually do your research and find out. So, okay, so you're in college and you have this great background of people who were not afraid to take risks. So I guess that was in your DNA. But like you're in college, you're a junior. What caused you to, give Forex a shot?
For sure. Actually, I knew about the stock market, and I started to invest. And my mom was slowly learning how to invest. And a friend introduced me to the foreign exchange market, and I was so mad when I found out about it because it's just like I never knew because I just got my passport literally a few months ago, like before coronavirus happened, and so I don't have a lot of international experience. So when I found out that there's money pretty much being made 24/7 globally, like that's way 1,000 times faster than the stock market. Like I fell in love, and it was a long journey to get to where I'm at now, but I knew that the money was there.
Okay, if someone wants to start trading, right? How can they start? I know you talked of the stock market, you talked of the foreign exchange market. Some people think it's the same thing. There's a difference. Could you explain, the difference and how to actually get started?
For sure. So the stock market is just based in the United States. A lot of people are familiar with the stock market. It's very easy. You're simply just buying a share of a company and you're hoping that they go up. Very simple. You
Mhm.
buy and you hold and you sell. when you're ready to. Now, the foreign exchange market is literally almost 100 times the size of the stock market because it involves the entire world. All right. So it's us operating on a 24-hour time frame where the stock market is just from 9 a.m. to 4:30 American work hours. Where the foreign exchange market is global, pretty much going 24 hours a day. And instead of buying and selling companies, you don't own any exchanges. You're more trading the rates in between them. So just know it's more like day trading, like simple flips. Like I use my Forex money to support my lifestyle, where I might save up for like a house or a car with my stock money, like over a few years.
So for people who are trying to, get into Forex, a lot of people think it's overnight success, right? So people look at people on Instagram and everyone is flexing and, living the good life. And you're like, I want this instant success. Like, because you said it was a journey, really, after how long did you actually start seeing all this effort that you're putting in, like showing on paper?
Well, my story is very interesting, and I don't even like to tell my story because it's not the story that other people are going to have. Like my journey is going to be honestly a lot harder than 99% of the people. Because when I started to learn how to trade in the foreign exchange market, I did it by myself.
Mm.
And I was very hard headed, very stubborn. And it honestly took me around 8 to 10 months to really break through. Now, the reason why I don't like sharing that is because the people that I know trading, like the people that I help trading, like that's on my team, like they might get it in like 2 months or a month because like they're just plugged in and have access to good mentorship. So I don't even like to talk too much about what I did. I kind of like to share the light on some other folks on my team. I got international folks trading, and they're like them getting like mothers, fathers, like professors, doctors, lawyers, like so. My journey, I took a lot of sacrifices in the long way around. It definitely built up some tough skin, but overall, like I recommend like plugging in with people that have results.
No, facts, that's true. But honestly, I think we all have those different journeys for a reason. Because like even though yours was long and twisted and you started off by yourself, like you're going to see like right now you're seeing the benefits of it, right? Like there's so many things that you learn that you could probably apply not even to, like your business or even to just so many different things you're doing. So hey, it works out. It works out. And the beauty of that is you're helping people not take that long route. And I think that's really what it's about, right? Could you go over really how I know you definitely coach a lot of people and you mentor people. How have you been able to help people during this pandemic? And like what progress and changes have you seen with people?
Yeah, I actually I had to learn how to be a great leader. And just because you get results doesn't mean you can help someone else get results. And so that's the thing that I've learned personally. But I've been blown away. I've literally had people like international people on my team that are here in the United States that literally in their first few weeks been able to make as much as they make the entire semester. Folks have been able to go from full time to part time so they can spend more time with their kids. And the learning curve, like I'm a part of Trade House, so it's like a huge community in terms of like having fun and like trading with other people that look like me. And it's been amazing. I tell the story all the time. When I got a job off, I'm not going to say the company, but it was on Wall Street. And when I took a trip to Wall Street and they gave me the tour, I looked on the trading floor. This is where S&P 500, Dow Jones, they're making a lot of the plays, and I actually didn't see anybody on the entire floor that looked like me. And I understood why. Is that we don't necessarily, number one, they don't want us in the rooms. And number two, there's not a level of prioritization amongst young Black youth in terms of investing. So I'm just glad to be that change agent. And I know, one day when I have kids, they're going to be some fire investors.
No, facts. No, and that's so true. Like it's so crazy, but it literally is true because even like for me, my first experiences, you're like they're not things you really look out for, but you see them and you notice them. And I think that in so many like in places when you don't feel like there are a lot of people who probably like look like you then don't feel represented. You don't feel like there's someone there to back you up and you don't even know how to start off and be that voice. And like what you're saying now, you have this community of people who have created their own space and they can really empower themselves and make the change. Not only for people, but that change is really going to affect literally nations and globally. So I think that's truly the power um, behind that. But So you said you work. Could you tell us how do you balance that? Like you still working full time and then you also do Forex. So how do you balance that?
For sure. I honestly don't. I just truly have fun. Thankfully for me to give a little bit more context here, my job is flexible, where I kind of create my own schedule and work. I'm in sales, so I'm on the phone, but I have the ability to create my own schedule with my clients. And so, literally, like I don't plan, my life around the job. I plan my job around my life, and my life is, trading, investing, having fun, going on vacation, like. I do it backwards where, I'm thankful because of this pandemic, being able to work from home and taking the flexibility up. And I just have fun. If I have to stay up all night doing something, like I'm having fun. If I'm, coaching and working with the team or mentoring, I'm having fun. Like, I live my life like a rock star and truly enjoy it.
I like that. I like that. Be bold and courageous like a rock star. It's gonna work out. I like that. So I saw this on your LinkedIn and I said I need to ask you, repeat.
Let's bring that back. Yeah. So paid off, $48,000 of student loan debt in just under 10 months. And, it's something again that, definitely came from, I tell people all the time, like working will not get you rich. And, it didn't come from my 9 to 5 job. It came from my skill set, honestly, from learning how to trade and invest. A lot of it came in the foreign exchange market. I ended up buying my car off of money that I made in the stock market. So it's just like, I've started to learn these skills at the age of 19 and 20. And now that I'm 23, and when I had more money with a full-time job and these fancy internships, I really started to just get that practice in that the learning experience early. And I'm not, one thing about me, I'm not afraid to lose. I see it all the time. But now at this rate, I'm able to make a decent amount of money pretty much any given day. Anywhere from 3 to 4 figures can be done in any day. But the biggest thing that stops people from getting to that level is because they're afraid. They're emotionally attached to their money. If you lose $20, you're crying. You lose $50, you're crying. Like I've seen real losses, like real losses that would make somebody cry. Like your rent times 3 times 4 being lost in a day in terms of in the market. But that's the same reason why I was able to go on and do what I was able to do. So it's a huge blessing, but I'm more proud of the fact that I've been able to help out other folks achieve some of their goals as well.
No, yo, that's so beautiful. I'm incredibly inspired because to pay off your student debt, like what, within a couple years of graduating? I mean, come
Less
on.
than a year.
Wow, 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 wow.
It's crazy.
Yo, it's crazy. And it's really inspiring. And I think um honestly, like when I think again, those are things that are really a part of your story and how you can, because I know you say for you, those things don't matter. It's how you're impacting people. And you're really, I believe you're really impacting people with, the works you're doing with mentoring them and coaching them, but also you are showing people that you really, this is real because I know online people are like, oh, for trading, is this a scheme? Like, what is this? Is fake? Like, these are real results. Like, you are actually showing that it can be done. And this is a young black man who is not even 30, not even 25, and he's been able to do this and sharing, the information like it can be done. So for people who are then trying to find a community and learn how to trade, learn how to use like, what should they do? Like, where can they start?
For sure, it just depends. One of my mentors, Bryce Thompson, always told me, most people won't get mad if they get rich too fast. It just depends on, what are your goals. You can try to learn how to trade on your own. Like trading is free. All right, just like I don't know, being a photographer is free, or being an engineer is free, right? But this you go to college, you pay tuition. So there's different courses out there. Me personally, I'm a part of IM Academy with Trade House, and for those that don't know, Trade House was actually made at Morehouse College, HBCU founded. Very similar to me, and I know all of these people personally now. Just the ability to make a few dollars from their phone was like, yo, like this is like everybody needs to see this. And so, we partner with IM Academy, like a premier educational tool, like literally giving you everything that you need, plus 1,000 more. And so that's the route that I go, because not only I want to be surrounded by people that look like me and get the top notch resources, like we generally have fun. Like my trading friends are my best friends. Like We pop bottles together. We go on trips. Like trading took me out the country. Like if it wasn't for Forex and Trade House, I would have never been out the country. So that's what I do. And there's a lot of different options out there, but it takes time, like you were saying.
Yeah, okay. No, that's true. I guess, and I think sometimes people think, oh, I have to start big. It's like start small, you know? Like what do you recommend people be like, okay, I don't have enough money to even start trading. Okay, I don't have money, period, to start. Then when I do
Demo,
get money, how much I start with?
yeah, demo accounts. You can create a demo account today and start and practice. It's all about getting the reps and
Mhm.
starting to learn how to win. That's the biggest thing. Take your emotions out of trading because it's very emotional, and you want to learn how to win. And that way, when you get money, you have that experience and the confidence to move forward.
Definitely, these are definitely ways that people should really start looking at trying to secure more than one stream of income. Is there anything else in terms of like how people our age can look at securing multiple sources of income?
Any people or any ideas, or what do you
Okay,
mean?
yeah. So for instance, when people are like, okay, I'm working a 9 to 5, but I'm trying to get income in different ways, like what else can I do? I know there are a lot of videos that are like, oh, drop shipping, whatever, but what, other things
Yeah,
can
it's so many things. It's literally crazy. I mean, I can think of 1,000 ideas. I mean, you got e-commerce, you got all different types of investing and trading. Just think about what you're good at. Like, even if you're a painter, like for me, I have my own resume business. I've been doing that since college. Career development, giving advice, creating a website. Like it's, anything, like anything that you're a little bit, that's what I tell people. If you're a little bit better than the average,
Mhm.
then most likely people will be willing to pay for your services if you're just better than
Yeah,
average.
I think we're gonna wrap up this video here because I really don't want it to be too long for you guys. But Nigel, is there any last words that you have to share? You can definitely drop them in here as
For
well.
sure, I just want to say thank you again for bringing me on. For the folks that are watching this, when it comes to developing an extra stream of income, it's just important to think with the entrepreneur mindset. A lot of us it may still be carrying over a school or work mindset, and that's just not how it works. Just because you put in 4 hours doesn't mean you're going to get $80. And a lot of times that's what prevents people from moving forward. And also, in school they teach you that if you make a mistake, then you're punished, you get a bad grade, and it's quite the opposite in investing in entrepreneurship, where the people that are the most successful are the ones that made the most mistakes. And so you just want to have that mindset. When you face those obstacles, it should be a good thing and a good inspiration for you to keep going. And I'm really excited to see how everyone does. And definitely follow me on Instagram at Nigel's Canvas, which is going to be in the link below.